Good morning, class. Today we are going to discuss about the laws of refraction. As we have started the refraction phenomena, what is refraction, what kind of refraction take place, why refraction occur, these what we have discussed in the previous class. Now we are going to discuss about the laws of refraction. Basically, laws of refraction are of two types. First law and the second law. These both laws named as Snell's law. First law is sin I upon sin r, that is always going to be constant. Whereas the second law is same as that of the refraction, that is your incident ray, reflected ray, normal lie on the same plane. Now what this constant is? This constant is basically the ratio of the velocities of the light in a two medium. Let's suppose that first medium is rarer, so that has some velocity of the light in that medium is v1, whereas the velocity of the light in the second medium changes because refraction is basically deals with the bending of light. So the velocity of light changes, so that's why it can be written as v2. So basically this constant term is nothing but it is refractive index that determines the amount of change in the speed of light when it goes from one medium to another. Now refractive index is basically of two types. First is your absolute refractive index and second one is your relative refractive index. Absolute refractive index is basically a comparison of light into the with the speed of light in vacuum. The speed of light is maximum in vacuum, that is 3 into 10 raised to the power 8, and there is a specific symbol used for the speed of light in vacuum, that is C. C denotes the speed of light in vacuum, whereas V denotes the speed of light in any medium. So whenever you are going to compare the speed of light of any medium to the speed of light in vacuum, that specifically that term is named as absolute refractive index, and in this case the speed of light in vacuum is going to be more than that of the speed of light in vacuum. Obviously it is true, right? Now it comes to be relative refractive index. So in case of relative refractive index, what happens to you? As the name indicates, relative means they have a relation, right? Here we are relating the absolute refractive index of medium 1 to the medium 2. Let's say we have a two medium. First is your air and another one is your water. If you have two medium, air and water, then how will you write there the relative refractive index? Let's say refractive index of air with respect to water, air with respect to water. So you will write refractive index of air and refractive index of water. In this way, whenever you are going to write the refractive index like this is termed as relative refractive index. Okay. For example, it is not necessary always that there is medium is given to you. Let's say if medium is not given, then how you will write such kind of thing. Let's say if you want to write the refractive index of first medium with respect to second. So whatever the first is present, you have to take it in the numerator. So first medium is in numerator, so refractive index of first medium is in the numerator and the second one is lies at the denominator. You can write or remember like this also. If you want to write the refractive index of second with respect to 1, then what could be the formula? That is refractive index of second with respect to refractive index of 1. Now this is your formula, right? So this is how we are going to calculate. Basically, when we are saying that this is your refractive index of first with respect to the second, then you will write refractive index of 1 and refractive index of 2. If I am going to deviate it in the form of absolute refractive index, it becomes like C is constant, but speed of light in the first medium, let's say v1. Similarly, if it is in the second, then you can write it like this. Now what you will get? You will get v2 upon v1, right? So basically when you want to write the refractive index in terms of velocity, then it is going to change. The refractive index of second one will become first and the first one will going to be in the denominator. Okay. So basically these are the formula you have to remember for your examination point of view, right? Similarly, if you want to write the refractive index in terms of for the second medium with respect to the 1 in terms of velocity, then what it would be? It would be velocity of 1 to the velocity of 2. So they basically have three formula. First one is this, second one is this, third one is this, and the fourth one is this. These formula you should remember. Okay, so this is the way you have to calculate the refractive index for a specific medium. Clear? Now next is your refraction through a lenses. Now we will talk about some lenses. What are the lenses is? Okay, lens are the surfaces in which there are two kind of refractive surfaces. Two kind of refractive surfaces. If there are two kind of refracting surfaces present in any surface, that termed is as lens. Now basically there are the three kind or most probably the two kind of lenses, that is your convex lens as well as your concave lens. There are two kind of lens. Convex lens is further divided into three lenses, that is your biconvex lens, okay, plano-convex lens, and your concavo-convex lens. These are the lenses you have to study. Now convex lens. Biconvex lens has both the refracting surfaces. Its shape is like this. In plano-convex, one surface is plane and the other one is convex. So that's why its diagram is like this. In concavo-convex lens, one is like this and the another one is going to somewhere bend like this. You can say like that. This is your concavo-convex lens. So in convex lens is what? Here both the kind of surfaces are refracting, and you can identify them by saying that they are the thick in the middle and thin at the edges. You can see here it is here edges, from edges this is thin, and from middle it is going to be thick. So basically what kind of lens is the convex lens? Which has two refracting surfaces, thin from the edges, thick at the middle, right? Now for the concave lens is also of three types, that is your biconcave lens, biconcave, plano-concave, same the things will be there, and convexo-concave lens, right? Yes. So what is bioconcave lens? Now for the bioconcave lens, the diagram should be like this. This is your biconcave lens. This is your biconcave lens, right? It has the two surfaces and both are refracting, right? Whereas plano-concave lens, when it comes to be plano-concave lens, so one surface is going to be plane and the another one is going like this. Okay, convexo-concave, we have convexo-concave lens, and that is like this one, and it is going to be certain kind of a round like this. Yes, this is your convexo-concave lens. Now there are some terms that are to be used here also. All the terms is related to the mirror. For example, pole, principal axis, right, focal length, all the things are same, but because there are two refracting surfaces, so for each kind of lens there is two kind of focus also. So here are two kind of focus, and because it is two, we use the plural, that is your principal foci. Okay, why we will use foci term? Because it has two focus, f1 or f2, whether it is for convex, whether it is for concave. So let's discuss first principal focus. First principal focus is like where we have to, for let's say one we made for the convex and other we made for the concave. So for the convex, because the surface of the convex is like this, right, thin at the edges and thick at the middle, this is your principal axis. Now this is your aperture. Okay, let's say here is the first principal focus of this convex lens. So whenever the light goes through this, it goes parallel to it like this. Okay, so whenever the light is incident from the focus, it goes parallel to the principal axis. Okay, so या तो in the case of convex it is appear to goes parallel to the principal axis, otherwise in the case of concave, let's see what happened. This is your concave lens, right, and this is your principal axis. Now the first principal focus present in the right hand side of the concave lens. So incident ray goes like this, and when it strike on this surface, it goes parallel like this. Similarly, if the rays come from like here, the rays goes like this. As we know that we have to meet at a point focus, so they are appear to move to a point named as focus. So what you have to remember is, you have to remember that first principal focus for the convex lens lies on the left hand side, whereas for the concave lens it lies on the right hand side. So this is your first principal focus for convex and concave. Now the question is that where the second principal focus lies. Second principal focus for both. First is known. Now what about the second? So for the second, there is no option for the convex. Here is the convex, this is your F1. So always F2 is present at the right hand side. So if the incident ray goes parallel to principal axis, it will pass through focus. So where कौन से focus से pass out होगा? It passes through the second focus. Similarly, if the incident ray goes parallel to principal axis, it passes through the focus, and from where it is passed, it passes through the second focus in this way, right? Now you can say that F1 is negative for convex, whereas F1 is positive for concave, right? Similarly, for the concave lens, if I made the same things like this is your concave. Here the F1 lies here, so that's why focus F2 lies somewhere here. Now, because incident ray goes parallel to principal axis, passes through focus, but it has a diverging nature, so that's why they split the rays like this. Now these refracted rays, these are basically the refracted rays. They are going to meet at a point, or appear to meet at a point termed as focus. Clear? So here F2 is going to be negative, whereas in this case F2 is going to be positive, right? Now one thing you have to remember, that convex lens, this is your convex lens. Convex lens is always converging in nature. Converging means that when we cut the lens into three pieces, let's say the light is incident from here, it try to bend inside. Similarly, in this case, the light will try to bend inside. So that's why the term converging is used for it. Whereas in the case of concave lens, let's say this is, if it is cut into three pieces, if the light is incident here, then it is not going to bend to a single point. It diverge the rays outward. It diverge the rays outward. So that's why concave lens is always diverging in nature. Now this is what you have to remember. I repeat my lecture for today. That is what we have studied. We have studied law of refraction. That is your Snell's law. Sin I upon sin R is always going to be constant, right? Incident ray, refracted ray, normal lie on the same plane. These are the two laws. Now we have studied the new term, that is your refractive index. What refractive index do? Refractive index is basically determine the speed of light in any medium. So basically there are two kind of refractive index, absolute as well as your relative. Absolute refractive index is to compare the speed of light with the speed of light in vacuum. Relative refractive index is nothing but you have to write the in terms of velocity, you can write, as well as you can write in terms of refractive index also. Now there are four kind of formula you have developed from the relative refractive index, and this is important from the numerical point of view also. Now we have discussed about the lenses, which has two kind of refractive surfaces, that is termed as your lens, and convex lens, concave lens. Convex lens is of three type: biconvex, plano-convex, concavo-convex. Concave is again of three type. It is thin at the edges and thick at the middles, whereas in the case of concave it is thick at the edges and thin at the middle. You can write it here, that is, it is thin at the edges and thick at the edges and thin at middle, right? Then we determine the focus. Principal focus first is always for the convex lens lies at the left hand side, so that's why taken as negative. For concave it lies on the right hand side, so that's why it is taken as positive. Second principal focus lies for the convex is always on the right hand side, so that's why it is positive, whereas for the concave it is negative because it is on the left hand side. Convex lens is always converging, that means that it always tries to bend the rays after refraction to a single point, that's why it is termed as converging, while it is diverging because it tried to spread the light into the outward direction. So that's enough for today. I hope you liked the video and you enjoyed this class. Now we meet into the next class. Thank you and have a nice day.